You turn a camera. Oh. Heard the whole thing. Someone's on the elevator. Someone's coming.
Someone coming.
Yay!
Never more popular.
Oh, nice. Nice.
It's already late.
It's actually perfect.
All right, well, we'll call the meeting to order, and I take a roll call.
Cheryl Robinson,
Here.
Dave Rowley,
Here,
Jeff Lord is absent, Patricia Kennedy is absent, Craig Gubsman,
Yes.
Michelle Caton.
Here.
Andrew Marietta.
Here.
Tim Johnson is absent, you have a quorum.
All right, we will forego the chair's remarks, and we'll move into the agenda. Everyone received the meeting minutes from March 26th board and the June 11th committee meeting minutes. Any questions, comments, or changes? Didn't you know Dave made one
This morning, yes.
comment on that? That's
Well,
really
I reinstated myself.
Yeah.
well done.
Yes.
Any other comments, questions, or changes? Now I take a motion.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Report of the Audit and Finance Committee and Treasurer, as Jeff is not here today, we'll let the meeting minutes stand as the report. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Building communications, anything to note of interest there? We did not have a board meeting last month, so they are quite lengthy.
We didn't have one in April either, so it's been 2 months, so that's why the list is so long. There's nothing. I noticed that I would pull out to explain, but if there's any that you guys see, I know it's kind of small. But if there's any that you guys see, we're happy to go over them.
Little update on my access.
So Access is now 1 month behind, so we don't have rent for June.
Okay.
So paying every 2 weeks till they get caught up.
So we're heading into July, yeah.
Any other questions on bills? At this point, we still have some outstanding pays, right, to be paid. So we'll go ahead and take a motion to approve the payment of the outstanding bills.
I'll make that motion.
Second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Report of the projects committee, right?
Well, before, do you want to, oh, yeah, theater, was that you?
You could
Was
do
there
that.
something around that?
The theater,
Yeah,
I received on Sunday night
because it's money oriented, it's all just, right?
a subordination agreement between us and the county, so I'm gonna be taking that to the county board.
Okay. That was recommended by Kurt.
Yeah.
Just to ensure that we don't move our place in.
Right,
the-
the alignment. Good projects.
You have my report,
Yeah.
and I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, as far as I go, the 14.5 and 7.5 was for the land clearing and brushing over Richfield Springs, so hopefully until we can work on digging with it.
Do we have any where she is in her process? She was, I think she was seeking funding last week. Is she still in that stage of seeking funding?
And the land clearing, what's the status of that? I didn't catch it.
I think that should go in executive session, discuss the findings.
I was just.
Oh, yeah, I don't need to know that, that's where the status of the state of where they are in the process, so.
And the land clearing,
Land clearing
Here,
it's done.
is done.
Okay.
the brush for the Litchfield Springs,
Yes.
yeah, not for
I didn't catch that, sorry.
rail yards.
Yeah, no.
That's probably a question, anything further, I'm guessing not, from the DEC on the rail yards?
No, not yet, because we have to wait for Sterling to do their application.
What are we doing?
Oh, wait, what comes first, chicken or the egg? I thought the DEC,
So he came and
yeah,
did the thing, determined that the wetland was a wetland, but we still need a water delineation on the one. So that's what Sterling's working on for him to come back and say it's good to go.
so they've essentially signed off on really what was the old map, the DEC, and so now Sterling, okay, that's good news.
If there's no change in the old map, why do we need to do a new map? That's what I'm.
That's the update.
Okay. And there are some slight changes, I take it?
Yeah, on the other side. of where the actual wetlands are, not the side of where the tracks are.
On the Chestnut Street side of the property.
So the buildable side is good,
Mhm.
the non-buildable side is.
Which it was.
Well, we have, we have
Yeah.
a large lot, it's at the end of the Chestnut Street side, is it not on the right? Large lot down on the end?
No, I thought it
No,
was on
with
the
the
earlier time.
lots, that's not large.
Okay. And what's it, do we have a timeline from Sterling?
I can reach out to them, I believe they're gonna be done by the end of June.
It can't be that much, I mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
End of June is this
Next week.
coming week, yeah. Okay. And then DC has to come back over?
Yeah, he said it'll probably take him 30 minutes to an hour since he's already been there. It's just a matter of them doing stuff he does.
So that's, so it's good news.
Yeah.
Alright, good.
Yeah.
That's all.
Have you heard anything from the Super, the conference called the Commons? Hillside, yeah.
No update since the last meeting.
And what'd they say then? Who did you talk to then?
Chris,
Chris Canada.
from Hoskins and Ross.
Yep.
We sent everybody, I think, a copy of his email.
Yeah, that's the last update that we have.
I heard it was sold last week. That's what I heard. Just FYI.
We haven't heard that yet.
What about Bridgefield Springs and West?
Send your sources through the channel.
Very interesting. Still working on the grant application for that.
Pardon me?
We're still working on the grant application for funding for that. So I haven't started.
Okay.
I don't know.
And
It was at Home Depot.
nice to do that work.
That's the guy. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Interesting. I don't know if it affects us, but just for information purposes.
Well, they asked if we would allow them to take over the pilot, right? And
Right.
Chris's
The person who.
Chris's
first
advice
purchased
was
it.
you shouldn't, and so we said no.
Okay.
So I think that it would just go back on the tax rolls. I think the only effect to us would be we wouldn't be getting an admin fee for the next 3 years.
Yeah, because we only had a few years.
Right, I think. I guess that's a better question really for Chris than any on full application.
That's fine. It's really,
What was that fee?
I don't have it here. Hillside, I think it was only like 3,000 or
3,000,
something.
Between 3 and 5. Anything else for projects?
And the project in Cooperstown, they come to you for,
Yeah, the woman is from New Orleans. She's got financing for it. She has the money, private money to purchase the facility. She's looking for monies from community development.
oh, I thought she was looking for a tax abatement.
I'm sorry.
I thought she was looking for a tax abatement. She wasn't.
She will be.
Okay, it's just, she's looking for a project.
Is it an, but she's gonna renovate the building, I mean, why would we give a pilot?
Yes, it's
Short term, it's the hotel,
Yeah, she's gonna do a lot of renovations to it.
okay.
What's
There's rooms in there, right, Jody?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's,
Yeah.
no one's done any capital improvements on that building in a long time, so I can imagine it has a lot of work to do, but just buying a building
Yeah, wouldn't.
doesn't, I mean, that's why I just wondered why we were talking with her, I mean, you know, right, we wouldn't be in the middle of anyone that's just looking at buying a building, I mean, buildings, like 6 or 5 buildings just sold in downtown Cooperstown, we didn't have anything to do with it, you know, so it's, I just wonder what our role is, so.
I'm assuming she was just asking what programs we have as IDA for her, if she was gonna put extra money into it.
That's correct. And I forgot what the employment, she's going from like 3 existing employees to like
Yeah,
15.
but we like that as well, so is she like that makes me think she's adding to it.
Yeah.
There's no footprint
No.
to add to that
When you had
building,
15.
yeah.
I
It's
Talk about
fine.
positions.
If you know where Pioneer Park is in the village, it's right on Pioneer Park, so
Yeah,
it's
so there's no footprint to build.
across from
We did a lot of
Stagecoach.
jobs.
I mean, unless they're,
Something different with it.
I mean, they're a bare bones
Could be.
operation right now. I
Yeah.
will say that, you know, So 3 people probably is not enough to run, you know,
Is the
And there's a
pit open
cafe
downstairs?
inside.
yeah, the pit is still, open, yeah. I don't know how many people go in there.
Used to be very packed.
Is it a restaurant or a bar?
There's a restaurant in the basement
Restaurant.
and then the upper floors of the accommodations.
Do you know how many are in there?
I don't know how many rooms now.
I was gonna say like 8.
Yeah.
There can't be that many.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Each room is gonna
It's
be
just
downstairs.
it's an old sort of building.
We don't
yes,
have a spa room.
it's a very cool building.
She'd have to do at least $1 million to make a pilot worthwhile, correct? Are we talking?
I think we might be getting ahead of ourselves.
I way ahead. I brought it up just because it was a project that I remember you talking about. That's- Just,
We're in
just
conversation.
for awareness, that's all.
One of the things we're gonna have her do is, she's got cost estimates for the renovations right now. We need for her to send those to the assessor, have him put what the new assessment would be on the property based on those improvements, and then we'll run a cost benefit analysis on whether it makes sense for her to do a pilot, because it may cost her more in our attorney fees than she's gonna save.
That was my point. Yeah.
Right.
On a positive note, the All-Star Village is doing another $30 million expansion this fall. 30 million plus. All-Star Village.
You want any of the details?
Definitely a
Yeah, it's
good
another
one to just meet with again, like we talked about last time, and
30
just,
plus.
you know, how can we help, what can we do, or what kind of partnerships or relationships can we connect up?
Yeah.
I still don't understand how we can't make downtown more attractive.
They're making it more attractive. I can tell you what the tenants say. It's nicer there. And double the price, but the bar, they expanded.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, again, I think how can we?
And they're adding more of that into the plans, more hospitality.
Yes, yeah. Like, it would be great, like, if we could make a connection in terms of like, how can we bring some of this to downtown?
I think
and how
the
can we
city
start
would do
making
that.
some
We
connections?
should-
If
yeah,
we need to
I
do
I mean, they
It
have a
seems
bus
like-
that comes downtown.
Yeah,
They're making a bus stop.
Yeah.
yeah, the TV.
The autumn, they stop at the autumn.
Yeah. It's pretty neat.
They stop at Muddy River, the autumn, and I think Nick's Diner.
That place, it's just.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay. I come by there 2 or 3 times.
I don't understand, they're up to, sorry, this is a tangent, but they're up to like almost 100 teams.
104.
How they don't have the fields? I'm trying to figure out how
That's why
they,
they did the Arthur's turf.
I know, but like just the sheer number of fields to get that many games in.
It's
One after another.
Oh my God. I gotta
But
get
they don't,
2 a.m.
they
They're
have
adding
noise
two-
ordinance.
they're
They
adding-
can't play after a certain time.
They're adding
Yeah.
2 more fields,
Oh, really?
right up.
Play at night.
They play at night.
They do, but they can't play after a certain time. Like Cooperstown can literally go all night long. They can go 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Oneonta always had a noise ordinance that they couldn't go past. Because that's why they do their fireworks earlier, or like they had, I don't know if it's lifted, but it's always been, they
played
couldn't
at 1 in
play.
the morning before. Yeah.
But again, they've always had a noise ordinance. There was a certain time they couldn't go past. Like Cooperstown literally can go 24 hours.
Right.
The stadium,
Kids would love it.
right up top in front of the Cathedral Farms. 2 fields right in front.
Oh.
Pretty neat.
Mhm.
One bunkhouse and then a whole set of hospitality stuff.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Really incredible.
Yeah.
See that
Very
kind
cool.
of money
Definitely just a
We
relationship to
maybe
build.
do a break.
Do we know the
Broke
contact
down.
person?
I don't, but.
Okay.
You can find it.
Stroll up and start knocking on doors.
spent.
All right.
And
If you need to know anything about that, let's just go to McCroney's Barber Shop. They seem to know everything that's going on. Yeah.
Anything else for projects?
One thing I would just mention, I know that, we haven't received any more letters from Cooperstown Dreams Park, but, there's been some exchanges between Destination Marketing and Dreams Park, and at this point, I don't know that anything is specifically coming up, but Dreams Park did buy 5 buildings downtown. That's what I was just mentioning. So they are in the village of Cooperstown. That is their argument, I guess. If you go back to those letters that they sent us, I don't think at the time they had closed on those properties, but they were in Hardwick. So now they're saying, they're in
wasn't that All-Star Village or something?
No, it was
No.
Dreams Park.
Dreams Park. Yeah, they bought Nicoletta's,
Yeah, I heard that,
yeah, CVS. There's this building with brain freeze in it, if you ever see that.
Yeah.
building. So,
I thought it was great that I saw on TV that your mayor went down and did a ribbon cutting
Yeah,
down. I
that,
thought it was nice, though,
that
I mean, at
was,
least I think
there was
some local municipalities see the value in
behind the
this.
scenes on that. I guess that they had suggested that they invite the town supervisor from Hartwick
I heard it
because,
was yeah.
because they aren't in the village of Cooper Sound. So then this is all, how this is all kind of like played out now, because now they're saying that they are in the village and that they own the property in the village.
I just thought it was,
So,
I thought it was good.
they didn't invite anybody else.
I don't know, I just.
No, I'm just telling you. No, I mean, it was, my understanding, it was, it was kind of a strange, press conference overall, so, yeah. I'm not really sure where Green Spark's going, they're not really talking to anybody at all. Not any of the other partners in the community, so I'm not sure what they're.
Well, they're investing in property, so hopefully they're gonna stay and grow.
Yeah, it's the opposite of what they've been,
Yeah.
doing the last 10 years, so, yeah, since the, kind of changing of the guard and everything, so the family,
Yeah.
younger generation taking over, so, yeah, the rumors on the CBS, it's gonna be some kind of, Drews Park Hall of Fame museum.
Oh.
So, something.
That's a
like
big
that.
building,
Yeah, it is, yeah.
so it's nice to do something with that.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely be unique, to have something like that. I mean, I'm assuming they're, trying to figure out how to be more competitive against All-Star Village. So, I mean, that's the bottom line, right? I think there is, they're competing for the same
Yeah.
age group, so,
Seems like there's a lot of teams, I don't know, it's
yeah.
amazing. I know they're not down, Greens Park is.
No.
They
No,
have four.
I think they're back up, yeah, back to where they were
Yeah.
pre-COVID, I think, yeah.
Just look at the cars and
Crazy.
the license plates.
I know.
No, you should see downtown Cooperstown.
Yeah.
It's insane. I don't think we've seen this many people in a long time downtown, so.
Probably your grocery store there is
All good
there.
signs for economic development, we're like, cash out. All right,
All the hotels are doing well.
It's some money for the small businesses to
Yeah.
keep growing to support that.
Yes.
all right, director's report?
I thought we already discussed that, but, it's in your package.
Any questions?
Just any clarification on the timeline, are you gonna be able to submit your time spent to help pay for this natural gas construction?
Yes, I'll be finished with that by today. I worked on it most of this week, finish it up. So it should be done by the end of the day.
And then that goes to Seattle.
PEA in Seattle.
Okay.
Along with, he's agreed that I can submit the paid vouchers that we did for John Hammond's group. We'll consider doing a sole source on that to assist us with getting additional expenses charged. I don't think we wouldn't get reimbursed for that, but he said that it looks like we'll do that.
So what's that total gonna look like? Do we know?
I don't know yet. What I have to do is I have to go back, based on the number of hours, I have to do it by days. And then I have to go to my paychecks for those weeks and verify what I was actually paid. So I'm giving you
So also just opening, not now, but sending like feedback on Jody's report. This is something we revised. I think this is kind of where we're landing in terms of what is appropriate at the board meeting for his report. So if there's something missing or you feel like, it's.
Maybe we'll get a yes on some of these someday.
Yeah, yeah. Please let us know so we can continue to revise that and making sure we're getting you guys the information and communication.
And then eventually this activity leads listing will be given over to Terrell and then we'll look into his report. My quarterly regional.
All right, I get a motion to approve the director's report.
So moved.
Second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? New and unfinished business. Jody has a quick presentation on Richfield Springs Eco Business Park and what it's taken us to get to the finish line.
And
We
this
almost
one,
finished
two
line.
reasons. One was that the board wanted more presentations at the board meetings. So probably do one with, Uniano Rail Yards next. But
Can they
also,
see, are you sharing that with them? So we need to share this with them.
Well, they have it.
we emailed them all.
Tim and Patricia, they
I
got
know,
it.
but usually,
Yeah.
right, like when you do this would be something you would share on the screen, but, okay.
So the people watching can see it.
Well, they, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Well, for the recording, more than.
And
anything,
yeah,
right?
to be in the recording. So,
So the second reason we did this one first was that I'm putting together documents to show for Terrell how to do projects. So we've done one for community development, we've done one for the Paris reporting, we've done one for pilot agreements. And this one is one for EDA funding. So to give you a brief history of everything. We acquired the property in 2001, and in 2002, the IDA applied for a $1.79 million Build New York grant that was not awarded. From 2005 to 2007, the IDA requested permits from the Department of Environmental Conservation and Historic Preservation Office to allow for the construction of the business park. In 2015, the IDA dropped the development of this park in favor of a proposed site of 140 acres north of the village. Unfortunately, that project didn't materialize because the owner didn't want to sell the property. In 2018, Andela Products received a $950,000 ESD
so
grant.
Jody, I don't know if we need to read everything. We got this ahead of time. So I would say and unless anyone disagrees, if there's summaries in terms of walking us through the history or the key items that you want to pull out, because I
Okay.
know.
One of the key items is that in 2002, we applied for a wetland permit. It took 2 years to go down to the bottom for them to approve that. So that held up the project for almost 2 years. Similarly, in 2022, at the bottom, the memorandum of agreement between the town of Richfield, the village, and the IDA was being negotiated. That took another 2 years.
And we kind of lived through that.
Yeah.
Some of the projects that we didn't know we had to apply for was the top Department of Transportation, Department of Health, and the local codes office.
There was the one up there that said you received 900,000, 800,000 out for a building. It just did nothing, right?
No.
Okay.
Again, the major obstacles, this was from a previous presentation, was bureaucracy. There were 16 different agencies to get approval from. Grants we obtained, we received a $325,000 grant from ESD. We then hired the MRB group. They received a $1.2 million grant. And then at the urging of Southern Tier 8, we applied for $500,000 from the Appalachian Regional Commission for a total of a little over $2 million in funding. We hired Keystone Associates to prepare the designs and specifications. At the bottom, they also prepared the submittals for construction reviews. We hired Hunt Engineers in May 2003 to provide construction management services. They also were hired to do the wetland delineation map for DEC. We've also hired Barton LaJudas as grants managers. To date, they've prepared 21 quarterly progress reports, 10 federal financial reports, and 12 drawdown requests on our behalf. These are some of the reports that we need to submit to EDA, which are the quarterly progress reports, federal cash transaction. In the vouchers that we send in, we have to approve all of those, review them on their behalf. In addition to that,
Who does those vouchers? Barton and Judas?
I'll show you the previous slide. We also have to, for each drawdown request, we have to do a spreadsheet that's required by EDA. It's a rather complicated spreadsheet because our own auditors are having trouble understanding how these numbers work.
And who does that spreadsheet?
The initial ones are done by Barton LaJudas. I double check them because sometimes they have the wrong numbers in them. Vouchers that we send to EDA, along with vouchers, we have to have certified payrolls. So that we request each of the Ron Moore of Angelo Construction to actually sign a certificate that these are the wages that were paid.
These are periodic completion reports, really.
Right.
Yeah.
We hired Capital Energy Partners to assist us with NYSEG and Public Service Commission. And they also worked with us in getting the Public Service Commission to actually approve gas to the site. We hired Lawson Surveying and Mapping to put on horizontal and vertical controls on the properties because the surveys that we received from Keystone didn't have those, so the construction company couldn't figure out where to start. Larson did the original surveys on the property, so we went back to them. We also hired Joanne Darcy Cromland Surveying to prepare the lots for subdivisions.
Was that a minority issue?
I'm sorry.
I said, was that some kind of a minority hiring issue?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's,
How many lots are we at? Do we know that we are definitely
We can get 4 lots.
4 lots, so, yep.
We only mapped 2 because those are the 2 that were.
Yeah, that we saw.
Initially. One of the big problems with EDA is after the grant was awarded, they had 29 special conditions that we had to meet before we went to construction. So these are just some of the ones that we were SATs, confirmation of matching shares, evidence of good title, grant administration agreements, operation and maintenance agreements, recording mortgage, list goes on. So we had to prepare all those and send them to them. And finally, in August 2024, Angelo actually started construction. In March 2026, Crystal Mountain Properties purchased 2 lots, one for Andel Products and the other for Ruby Lakes Glass. And in addition to that, we have to send in monthly reports to Empire State Development. And these are some of the examples of the reports that we send in. We also have to send in monthly MWBE reports, which is kind of stupid because for December, January, February, they kept saying, well, what are these reports? I'm like, there's no construction going on in the middle. It's like, we're all gonna be zeros. In May, we had a site visit from Toby Clarkin, who's the project engineer. He conducted a site visit, verified that the work was done. And then he was certifying that the project is near completion. We start doing closeout. So all in all, it took about 25 years from when we purchased this property to this year to build this park.
That's
And a
game
total
of
cost of,
perseverance.
and a total cost of,
It'll be roughly about 2.4 million.
how much?
2.4 million.
That's it?
in our land sales total. But
That doesn't include my time on it at all.
Right. I think the point is, this is not about us getting our money back, it's about hopefully
Yes.
creating jobs.
It's not a quick, easy, high ROI game.
That, the roadway
That was
becomes,
the intention.
The roadway is being dedicated to the town.
it's the town, I thought it was the town, okay, that was my.
And I talked to NYSEG yesterday, gave them approval to run their electric lines on our right of way. So I signed off on that, so that should be going in.
We had talked about some kind of opening. Are you gonna talk about that at some point? or
No, I
we-
brought it up last time.
I mean, is the end game we're waiting for Andela to like actually put a shovel in the ground there? Or, I mean, cause that sounds somewhat maybe ambiguous at the moment anyway, like how the financing piece, not, again, I don't need to know anything about the details, but if we're saying that this might drag on for a while, it might be in our best interest just to do the ribbon cutting and.
I'll talk to the town supervisor and see if we can organize between our some members of our board and his board to go out.
So the question for me is, are we putting any kind of sign there? Because that might be the
Yeah,
moment, right? It's
that-
putting a sign of
Yes,
like
that would be
Richfield
a
Springs,
good idea.
Business Park and putting, right?
Yeah, Otsego now,
Be there.
Yeah,
our logo.
Can you get a minority firm to sign?
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that would be a great like
Yes.
ribbon cutting moment. If there's not
Yeah,
gonna be
because there's nothing there, right?
Correct,
I mean,
yeah.
a sign
There's a
would be,
construction sign there.
yeah.
That could be at the intersection, that road comes off of 28.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you want the sign,
It's
correct?
a,
So people
a
drive.
lot of people take the
Exactly.
cutoff, but still, I mean, there's plenty of traffic that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I think that would be a good timing is if we could get a sign and get that.
That would be great.
So we're currently working on a financial source to pay for the electrical lines being run, correct? Or we're not?
Not
Yeah.
for Richfield Springs.
Oh, not for Richfield Springs, okay. So there may be electricity there, actually,
Yes.
okay. Seems like we can almost step back after they put the electric.
Well, we need the electricity and put in as soon as possible, and that's what, Hunt Engineering called NICEAG about, because we still have to run a water pump hookup that needs electricity. The
Yeah.
line's in there, the water's in there, but we ultimately need the pump.
The pump has been installed. Yeah, okay.
Okay, well, I think we've learned the process is not easy, but
So,
it's time.
That's a lot of 25 years. Generation.
Exactly.
it has been an experience for me.
Too.
Good learning experience and one to pass on to Terrell.
The other question, and I don't know if you can answer this, was what do we end up with usable acreage out of the original purchase? You know,
Probably about 20,
20 out of how many total?
67. Yeah. And the bulk of it is Indian artifacts.
So can you do any, those other, remaining acres, can you put like trails in, or is that's, you can't even touch that property?
Part of the property, yes, you can put trails in. The town, I've been having discussions with the town whether they would take over the ownership of part of that property that we can't use. And just for that, for
Right,
trails.
that would be great.
We've had some conversations in the last month and a half with historic preservation at the state. And they said, we could develop it if we go through a phase 3, which is basically another dig.
Yeah.
I don't particularly want to do that. If we have somebody who's interested in developing that part, we'll have, ask them.
Yeah, I think, yeah. It is curious though, in terms of working with the town, if it's something you want to sell to them, or is there future developable possibility? So I think that's,
Right.
again, a conversation to consider as you go forward, what you would choose to do there.
Isn't it interesting? We're coming up on 250 years of the revolution. The Indians got banished, but now they've been still taking their revenge on us. Every time we want to do a project.
I still think we owe them, so don't think they've gotten their share.
No, they haven't. We're paying dearly for previous mistakes.
Okay, thank you, Jody.
Okay.
Any public comment? Seeing no public, we'll move on. Executive session, anyone see a need for executive session? I would actually like to make a motion to go into executive session for the purpose of personnel, excusing the staff, but I didn't know if there was anything else that you wanted to bring up in executive session first.
No.
No? Okay, so I will make that motion.
Second?
All in favor? Aye. Please note we have come out of executive session with no action taken. At this point, I would take a motion to adjourn.
So,
All right.
I guess we didn't technically get that adjournment on video, right?
Yes, I just, I.
Oh, you started it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
All right, so I close out IDA. Okay. So we'll call the CRC meeting to order. I'll forego the chair's remarks. Everyone receives the meeting minutes from March 26th. Any comments, questions, or changes? Now I take a motion,
So moved.
second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Any new or unfinished business?
I have some new business.
Okay,
So I don't know what you and Ed talked about in terms of, having a new board member, but I know when, he talked to me about it, you were, filling a role of a business person, and that's why. And so the last one that left was an engineer. So I just looked around, and did a Google search on who's local, who might live in the county.
It's open
They
session
have
or
to.
executive session? Discussion.
So I'm just gonna share,
Yeah.
and I will email.
perfect.
And the first one is, based on something that maybe is a thought, if you can't find an engineer to fill the role. I did talk with him to make sure it was okay to put his name on a piece of paper, and he said, sure.
Okay,
He's been in the area for a long time, and second one, I believe, is a Otsego County resident, and then the first one from number 3, I think he is as well too. I'm not sure about the other one, but they have to live in the county, so that's where you come into issue, so just doing a little research, this is what I wanted just to share.
yeah, appreciate it. I think definitely the skill set we were looking for was actually twofold, more the engineer and kind of project-based construction. The other one we did throw out too was finance, given that Jeff is predominantly our key financial advisor, and I know he's with work becoming a little bit more stressed. So those are the two, so I think this is great, a great list to,
Great.
potentially Jody, if that's something we can discuss, if there's any outreach or working with Ed on any of these names to understand what interest might be and or thoughts. So if anyone has, and Michelle will send this to Tim and Patricia, if anyone knows these individuals or have any input on those individuals, please feel free to share that with me, and then we can continue those conversations.
Do they have these names?
I know,
She's gonna email it.
Oh.
What's that?
I know Lonnie.
Okay,
He actually, know him through some work he's done for me, but also he does work for the Clark Estates as well.
okay,
I know Lonnie.
Yeah. He just brings a different skill set.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the engineers I don't know.
I just,
okay. Okay, appreciate it. Any other new or unfinished business? Need for an executive session? Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Right, have a great day, guys.
So the least.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks, guys.